Hello, welcome to our FCS School Safety Training. Today we'll review the procedures that help us keep every student safe. Our goal is not to make anyone anxious, but to ensure that every staff member knows exactly what to do in an emergency. Preparation allows us to respond calmly and confidently. Psalm 121:8 says, "The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forever." We begin by remembering that our ultimate security is in the Lord. While we faithfully prepare and plan, we trust that God watches over our school, our staff, and our students every day. Today's training covers our crisis management plan, safety response protocols, parent-child reunification procedures, safety drills, and missing child procedures. By the end, everyone should know their role. Communication is critical during any emergency. Remember to listen carefully for announcements, monitor talk, carry your walkie whenever you go outside of your classroom, and communicate only through approved channels. So when on the walkie, channel 1 is reserved for elementary, channel 2 is preschool. We all should have Kakao on our phone. If you don't, you can ask administration or another staff member to help you get that on your phone. We also have the school intercom in the rooms. Our secret message is, teachers, please check your mailbox before you leave today. So if there is anything that we need you to check your phone for, you will hear that announcement. Teachers, please check your mailbox before you leave today. And that is your cue to go on your phone and go to Talk to find out what is going on. And of course, there's the building fire alert system. Every classroom should know where the emergency red bag is located and what it contains. In an evacuation or emergency, take your red bag, your walkie, your phone, and your medical kit with you. I would suggest that you have everything ready to go in a place by the door. Also, you can teach your students that in an emergency we always need a medical kit and the red bag. So lots of times if you have that as a job, the students will take it with them, or another student will realize it wasn't taken and they will take it. So it's good to train your students to know what you need in an emergency. Our school follows the standard response protocol. Each response, hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, and shelter has a different purpose. The key is listening carefully to the directive and responding appropriately. So hold means hold in your classroom. This is when we keep our students in our classroom and not let them go in the hallway. Secure is an outside to inside protocol. We use it to safeguard students and staff within the building. So that's when we bring students inside and we lock the doors. Lockdown is where we lock down in our classroom. We lock the door, we cover the window, the lights are out, and we're out of sight. It's used to secure individual rooms and keep students quiet and in place. Evacuate, there's many reasons to evacuate, and there's also places to evacuate, which we'll talk about in a minute. That's used to move students and staff from one location to a different location, in or out of the building. And shelter is just used for a group of students, wherever they are, to keep them safe. So hold. A hold is not a lockdown. It simply means we need students to remain in the classrooms while something temporary is handled in the hallway. We need to keep students calm, account for everyone, and wait for the all clear. The situation that could arise could be a cleanup would be needed. A student or might need privacy in the hallway for a couple of minutes, or hazardous materials. We actually had this happen last year where a student was bleeding and there was lots of blood in the hallway that we had to clean up. In my other school, we needed emergency EMTs to come into the building for a teacher that was having difficulty, and we just asked everybody to stay in their classroom. Make sure all students are accounted for. Check Talk if you're not sure why they're holding in the classroom. You can close your classroom door so there's no distractions, but do not lie. There's no reason to lock it. And disclose only enough information as needed. You can just tell the students we can't use the hallway right now. They're cleaning up something, or just let them know that everything's okay, but we just can't go in the hallway. Contact administration if a student needs assistance, like if they need to use the bathroom and we're still holding in our rooms, and just wait for the all clear. That could be a staff member, administration going around and saying it's all clear, or it could be on the walkie, or it could be on Talk. And again, the notification can be through different means depending on the situation. Secure is used when there's something happening outside the building. Again, this is not a code red where we go into different rooms and lock down and close the doors and cover the windows. This is when students are outside and we need to bring everyone inside quickly. We need to lock only the exterior doors, but then continue normal instruction inside and monitor Talk for updates. So the situation might be impending dangerous weather, or a situation on the school grounds or neighborhood. There may be fire in the neighborhood or police activity. Remember, all staff must take their walkie when going outside. So if you're going out for recess or for PE or whatever reason you're going outside, please remember to take your walkie. And then if there's an issue, you might be directed to go on your phone for more details and information. So if you are asked to come in and secure, supervising teachers will line up quickly, make sure you have everybody, and proceed inside at the nearest entrance, and again count the students and make sure everyone's there. The office staff will make sure all outside doors are locked, and again you can go on Kakao for additional information. A lockdown is reserved for serious threats inside or near the building. Follow each step immediately. Stay calm, reassure students, silence phones, and wait for instructions. Do not contact parents during the incident. Administration will communicate. So in a lockdown, you'll hear code red on the intercom. Visually quickly sweep the hallway and bring in any student or staff that is in the hallway. Turn off lights, close the door and lock the doors. Cover the door window. Move students to the safest part of the room. Students should not react to noise. Silence your cell phone. This whole procedure you need to practice with your students throughout the year, not just when we're getting ready for a lockdown drill. They should know what to do. And then you wait for all clear from administration. In an actual crisis, you're going to follow those same steps, but you will check Talk for any updates. Evaluate the situation, but don't panic. Remember to silently reassure the students the best you can. We will have active shooter training, so if there is an active shooter, use those strategies. You might need to barricade the doors or instruct the students to run to safety. And if there is an actual crisis and the first responders are there, they have a code, Shine Fellowship Nights. If that is the code that means everything is okay, and you can unlock the door. Check Talk for further instruction as always. Evacuation may occur because of fire, severe weather, or parent-child reunification. Listen for specific reasons and destination, and then follow the established procedure. So we could need to evacuate because of fire, and that will be alerted by the building alert system. Severe weather, which would be code blue on the intercom. And if we move into a parent-child reunification, you would hear code yellow, location, and it would give you the location where we are moving to. So again, evacuation is where we leave our rooms and go somewhere else. These are the drills that we have for evacuation. One of them is fire drills, and in a fire drill, You line up students single file, no talking or running, exit the room. The students and you should already know the path that you need to take from that room. Turn off lights and close doors. Take the walkie-talkie, medical kit, and red bag. Escort students to the outside meeting place, basketball court, or front lawn. Take attendance and hold up green card if all is present, or red card with a sticky note if a student is missing. Sometimes, when we evacuate, we need to put into place parent-child reunification plan. A principal or administration authorizes this. On the intercom, you will hear code yellow, evacuation, and PCR, meeting place is. So there are 3 meeting places that we can leave to go to. We could go to the church sanctuary, the church auditorium, which is indoors. So for example, if we had no heat and we wanted the parents to come pick up the students quickly, they could go downstairs to the auditorium where they're all together. Outside would be the FCS basketball court. Again, if maybe there was noxious fumes in the building and they could go outside and wait out there. Or if we need to leave the campus completely, we would go to Roberto Clemente Middle School. In evacuation preparation, you need to take your red bag, walkie, medical kit, phone, purse. Quickly line up students and then proceed to the designated site. Again, the church inside or the basketball court or Roberto Clemente Middle School. Remember to move quickly but calmly. Homeroom teachers, stay with your students throughout the entire event. Take attendance before leaving and upon arrival, and remain with your class until directed otherwise. So you're going to instruct students as what to take and not to take. We will let you know that. If we have a couple of minutes, for example, if it's really cold and we have a couple of minutes, we might ask students to take their backpacks with them and their coats. If it's an emergency, we will tell you to leave immediately, but you will instruct them as to what to take. For yourself, take only personal items that are necessary. You don't want to pack up all your school books and all your bags and take that with you, only what's necessary. And remember to stay with your class unless otherwise instructed. On site roles, the office will man the command post, Mrs. Chung, Mrs. Juster, and myself. We'll notify parents of the location. We'll contact the church, Roberto Clemente, or the police, and we'll set up signs, codes, and directions. Runners will be anybody else that's not with students. You will be the ones that will meet the parents, and you will go and pick up the students from wherever they are and bring them to the parent, have them sign off. And then the coordinators will be Mrs. Chan, Mrs. Shin, and others, and they're responsible for setting up the command post where parents will check in, and we have a bag that's all ready to go in case of an emergency. Here's just a picture of where we go. This is down Waring Station Road. This is across the street to Clemente, and there is, the parents are going to line up here on the curb all the way down, and that's where we will they will pick up their students. Somebody will go to the car, they'll get the child's name, and then they'll have the runner go in and pick up the student. No parents will get out of the car and go into Clemente. This is just a picture of what it looks inside of Clemente. There's the conference room where we'll probably set up our command post. Cafeteria and the main hallway are the 2 places where we could have the students sit depending on the time of day at Roberto Clemente. So, next one is shelter. Shelter is not a code red. You can shelter anywhere, under a desk for an earthquake, or in a classroom with students when we don't want students in the hallway. So the one situation that we have for shelter is code earth for earthquake. This is a special instruction. Students drop to the ground, take cover under a desk or against an interior wall, and hold on. Remember to stay in place until all the clear is given. Take attendance and report injuries of missing students. Afterwards and after the shaking, evacuate if necessary, following fire drill procedures. But you can shelter anywhere. If you were in the big room downstairs and you didn't want the students to go out in the hallway, again, that would be like a hold, but you would shelter in a place. It's not a code red where you have to lock the doors and cover anything. We have a procedure for missing children. If you notice that you are missing a child, you can go onto Walkie Channel 1 for elementary and Channel 2 for preschool, and you can say, I have an MC issue. Stay calm and keep other students engaged. So you're not going to leave your room to go look for the students. Determine the last seen location and let the office know of clothing and hair, and then send info via Katalk. We don't want to broadcast to the students that a student is missing. You just want to, from now on, you're going to do everything on the phone. The office staff will announce on the intercom, teachers, check your mailbox before you leave today. And that means that's a cue for everybody to go on your text and see what is happening, see who is missing, take roll. Do not let your students leave the group. Don't let them go to the bathroom or water, etc., while we're looking for the students. The search team is then initiated, and they go on to Walkie Channel 3 and search. And the search team, Mrs. Juster's downstairs, Thorne and Mrs. Shin second floor, Mrs. Chan outside, and then whoever's here for the church, the site director, Mrs. Chung, will remain in the office for contacting the church office in coordination with law enforcement. We'll search the area, and then we have a protocol for if the child is not found within 10 minutes. And when the child is found, all the information will be related on the texting again on Katalk, and the administration will take care of it from there. Just remember that this is not to be divulged to parents. If one of your students is missing, you're not going to text a parent and say, we can't find your child. Let all the communication come from the office. This procedure and also the emergency drills and procedures are in your red bag for easy reference when you need it. Specialist, remember to check your map for your emergency exit route. You know where that is. Your red bag should be near the exit. Always have your walkie when you start your specialist class. The easiest way to take roll is by calling numbers in order and have them say here. So I will go number 1 here, 2 here. It's a lot easier. Or you can just count heads, but I like doing numbers because then I know who is missing and who is here. And the homeroom teacher will meet with you outside. As we conclude, remember that our greatest tool in an emergency is not fear, it's preparation. Because we know the plan and have practiced our procedures, we can respond calmly and confidently when our students need us most. Children take their emotional cues from adults around them. If we remain calm, speak with confidence, and follow our training, our students are more likely to remain calm as well. So as you leave today, remember these 4 simple instructions. Know the plan, stay calm, protect every child, and trust God. Paul reminds us in 1 Corinthians 6:13-14, be on your guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous, be strong, and do everything in love. This is exactly what we're called to do as Christian educators. We stay alert, we are prepared, we act courageously when needed, and every decision we make is motivated by our love for the children God has entrusted to us. Our calm gives students confidence. Our preparation helps save lives. Thank you for your commitment to keeping Fellowship Christian School a safe place where our students can learn, grow, and thrive.